Ha ha ha! Good for you. All right. Gorgeous Thursday. Ready to rock. We got 9 different topics, so we're loaded for bear. None of them will have anything to do with the Grand Prix. So if you were looking for that, Odyssey.com rewind.
Oh, man.
Let's get to business. This is exciting, Rico. Are you prepared?
I am prepared.
Kenny Cott has Kenny's gone to the dark side. Words I never thought I would say in my life. I had a late night conversation with Kenny Cott.
Often those go much differently than ours did.
Right. I never thought those words would be in the same sentence. But Kenny revealed a secret to me. And I think it's going to get him in trouble with his people. See, Kenny is an elite hockey fan.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like, where we going
you mean
with
Kenny's favorite Baylor uniform from the other day?
Right. Like, okay.
Kenny and his favorite all whites. All right. So, no, he's a huge hockey guy. Yeah. And what's going on right now, we are in the dog days of the NHL playoffs, the conference finals, 4 of the best teams in the league, and Kenny has had enough. Kenny last night in a late night missive essentially said, playoff hockey's garbage. He said, the puck luck, I've had enough with it, and I can see what people like you are saying. Now, partially I took that as an insult, and then part of it I felt, well, I'm going to go a different direction with it. See, Kenny was upset about the Connor McDavid thing. Kenny's upset with the puck luck that put the Oilers down by 2. Kenny's also upset with the officiating. Because we all know regular season hockey and playoff hockey are 2 completely different things. Regular season, you tap somebody, you're going to the box. Playoffs.
Legalized murder is the words you're looking for.
You can be skating down the ice, waving their leg around like Gladiator. Nothing.
Did it draw blood? No.
Even if it does, sometimes it doesn't get
Not
called.
enough blood.
Nonsense.
Little trick.
It has to be squirting out of your eyeballs for them to call penalty.
Right. So what I wanted to ask was this. I need the hockey elite before we get to anything to do with the Tigers. And we got a bunch. Got a lot of good stuff. Good. We're going to get to a lot with the Tigers. But I need the hockey elite. Because for years, you've been told there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like NHL playoff hockey. That the Stanley Cup playoffs are the zenith of competitive sport. And for years, I have said there are certain games in the NHL playoffs that are splendid, that I would agree with that statement. There are certain, like when it was the final and it was Caps and Golden Knights, there were entire periods of that series you couldn't take your eyes off it. It was incredible. Yep. Live from the Colisée de Quebec.
Yeah, I'm with, like, playoff hockey, if you have no skin in the game, great to watch.
Is it?
But I understand Kenny's frustration if, like, the Wings were in there, if your favorite team is in there, because now every little thing seems to go against your team. You're like, seriously? Or come on, you're not going to make that call. But when you have no skin in the game, you're just watching, you're like, wow, if I was that fan base, I'd be really upset.
So I'm going to ask a question on behalf of Kenny Cott. It's a question, not a statement. Is playoff hockey overrated? Let's face it, your season can end with a slap shot off a kneecap, a skate, a ball sack, a post, and then off a pigeon possibly, and your season ends. Mm-hmm. When you combine the fact that the NHL, they're not even the same sport, regular season to postseason, no sport changes more regular season to postseason, in my opinion, than the NHL, followed by Major League Baseball, separate set of issues. But the puck luck and the difference in officiating, Kenny asked a probing question.
I would say this, Kenny, before I let you take the air. I think what you're saying, Mike, is the reason why, no, it's not overrated, because I've lost him. You know what? Hey, fellas, we're going to take the show to 6 today. We've lost Mike. We've lost Mike. He's getting ready for
sorry.
the NBA Finals. No, but when it comes to hockey, it is the only playoffs that you watch that you have to watch. You can't just get up and run to the fridge or go do something else because everything can change. NBA, so long as you're there for the final. Hey, your Celtics show, you just got to show up for the final minute of the game when all of a sudden the tie gets turned and you watch the Pacers just shoot themselves again.
I'm not sure that's a good thing, but we'll save it for next week.
But for the end, it's like at any given moment, whether it is the puck luck, whatever it is, it's like you're glued and you're invested until that period goes into intermission. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to the bathroom. You're not going to the fridge. You're not taking phone. Nothing. You're glued to the set. That's what still makes it the best playoff.
Rico, you know when you were describing a team where everything goes wrong puck luck-wise and you lose a game because a puck went off of somebody's ass? That happened yesterday. That literally happened last night. I mean, they recovered. They won the game, Edmonton did. But a puck literally went off Darnell Nurse's ass cheek and into the net. And that was allowed to happen. And then, Rico, you asked a question during pre-show when we were talking, when you saw the clip of Connor McDavid trying to hit the open net and the goalie's stick was in the crease. And you were like, is that a penalty? And I was like, that's a great question, Rico. The everyman wouldn't know that because nobody understands how hockey works. That's puck luck.
So you could just set your stick down
well,
right there.
I think it was knocked out of his. I don't think he placed it there purposefully, but yes, it's allowed to sit there.
It was no hurry for him to go and pick the stick up.
Well, he couldn't because he was trying to pay attention to the play in front of him. But yeah, there's a lot of puck luck, and the game changes so much from the regular season to the postseason.
The puck luck is why I think it's overrated. There's very rarely luck in the other sports like puck luck. Nothing really compares to puck luck.
No, I think probably the closest to puck luck, Mike, is try-hard guy off the bench in the NBA who averages 4 points a game and goes off for 20. But that doesn't happen in an entire series. It's just that one game, like, really? This guy? This is the most points he's scored in his entire life. Yes. That's the closest.
Yes. Yes, I agree. I just would like to hear from Kenny's people. We have a ton of Tiger stuff to get to. But 248-539-9797. I just would like to know, are you even willing to entertain what Kenny's talking about? That the puck luck is the dirty secret. That the puck luck actually takes away from the greatness of the NHL playoffs. Or is it what drives you to watch them? I personally have always hated it. And I've been on both sides of it, so have you Red Wing fans. I hate watching it, as Rico talked about, as a neutral observer. And you go, wait a second. This team just busted their ass all night, completely outplayed the other team, has 48 shots on net. The other team has 14. But because two of these shots went off a dead kid at center ice, now all of a sudden they're going home. Like, I struggle with
So,
that.
Kenny, I ask you as a founding member of the Hockey Elite, am I a bad person? Because that scenario that Mike just said,
you love.
I play a little game saying, okay, you've shot the puck. You've tons of shots on net. You haven't scored. This team is getting buried. They're gonna make the next. They're gonna make the next point. And it's like I glory in the fact of you've only shot 3 shots, but that 4th shot was the game winner, and you went home.
Well, you nailed it when you said it's why you can't turn away, because you never know what's going to end up in the back of the net for no apparent reason. That's what the NHL playoffs is.
But does that...
Like, this team has been on a power play for, it seems like, for the last 20 minutes. And then the other team gets a shorthanded goal.
See, I can't stand that.
I love watching playoff hockey, and I also hate watching playoff hockey. It's all wrapped up into one ball.
Okay, so that's the question for the Hockey Elite. Maybe is it underrated, overrated, or appropriately rated? But the bottom line in all of this is a dyed-in-the-wool Hockey Elite snob is admitting at this stage of his life as he enters his 30s, he's losing some of the charm of playoff hockey, and it's being replaced with anger, vitriol, resentment, and a general annoyance. How do I know? Because I talked to the guy last night.
Jacob Trouba was legally allowed to elbow somebody in the face and was just fined a little.
It's hockey, man. Come on.
The officiating is garbage.
It's hockey.
248-539-9797. We'll get some of the phone calls, ticket text, a little football later in the hour. We got some Tigers for you. Don't you worry.